Hello child. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Bonjour, bon après-midi, bonsoir. Today we are going to talk about another topic. Before the beginning, I want to share and some kind of little bit deliver, but now announce, okay, confess my thoughts. Actually, not only in Taiwan, maybe in the whole world, the jewelry business market is always under competing circumstance because the customer is very few. The jewelry accessory is not a very common stuff that all the people will buy. But the light jewelry is more rather preferable. What I want to say is that I hope my appearance can stimulate the prosperity in the market of the jewelry. Maybe you will wonder how I can exert it, achieve it in achieving. So I think maybe we have to make some very correct, formal, right concept of the jewelry. And actually, it is true. The gems and the jewelry are all very special, precious stones. I ever say that all this stone has its own very different, unique magnetic field. So it is worth to just have one or two in your whole life. I never say that you have to wear numerous. Just the one piece or two piece in your whole life. I think that will be a very marvelous when you can wear it in a banquet or any very important committee. That will just present your noble characteristic. So, to make the market become more prosperous, that is very important because the competing circumstance is not suitable and appropriate for the market's exerting. If we can just together cooperate and to help each other make the market in a mechanic that is circulating in the goodness, so that will become very spectacular when we just want to offer the new product. People always feel very welcoming that to approach or access our new product. So I hope I can be the first and expect here are so many numerous apprentices following with men. So to stimulate and make the jewelry business market become prosperous and become grandeur and become full of the harvest and full of uh, full of the cultivation, so it is worse too, because the gem and the jewelry is something that is praised by so many people. Okay, today what we are going to talk about, after my introduction to stimulate the market, so you will wonder how expensive the gem is, the jewelry is. So when I have to talk about the price, you have to know one thing first: where it comes, how it composed. The gem and the precious stone is from the mineral or some rock. When we talk about the ground layer, it is just under and passing through the thousand years when the soil or the segment that is layer cover layer, if here is no any adversary fault, okay, the firstly form will just under, and the newly formed will just upper. But if here is something that is fault, adversary, that is to make the arrangement disorder under the ground, so that will change the ordery under the ground layers. So when the time passing by, here will liquid, some certain liquid or water, soil or other material that will accumulate into deep in under the ground. If here is something that is fault, adversary, so that will just influence all the mineral or rock to produce and form some certain that the ingredient that is very precious or special. So in some very weird and strange layer, always if it is sufficiently needed. So when the very weird and strange layer, the ground, and it has been so very long time, thousands years, but the layer is very obstruction about, and it is always change the layer. So afterward, he always be so very novel and very new one stone. So after my explanation, you will discover when we have to get or obtain a very exquisite, very noble one, very grandeur, very pure, innocent, very precious and very pure, the very auspicious precious stone or gem that must be under the very special ground layer. So if you have already pondered about it, so about this place is not very common. So when we talk about the gems or precious stones ground layer, here are always so many pilgrimage loot, that so many people will just buy this loot, pilgrim's loot, to just see how the almighty mineral is, and if I can get some stone or gem that is very cheapest, and to find some very special rock that is only owned by her or him. But in the whole world, actually, the places produce the gem and the precious stones are very, very few. That is in several places. Even when we talk about a diamond, the diamond's mineral is very famous, that called Kimberlite. But not although diamond produced in the Kimberlite mineral, but not all the Kimberlite all produce diamond. So that must mean the ingredient in the ground that is a suitable and appropriate, exactly perfect meat, and then the diamond is just composed by all the material underground, so the diamond will be produced out. So although diamond produced in the Kimberlite, but not all the Kimberlite produce diamond. Just like the quartz. The quartz is the very common stone under the ground in the soil, and the degree is 7. So many people know that. But the precious degree, the precious stone standard of the quartz only produced in several countries, places. So if you want to find the precious stone, the gem, actually in the whole world, that is very, very few. And when the whole history, furthermore, the ancient time, when the very old human being has already adopted the mineral till now the present time. So actually all the mineral and the rock has already adopted so much, and even some place has already out of the accumulation. So that is very pity that in the present time the precious stone and the gems is more and more expensive. Is because here are fewer and fewer gems and precious stone. So because this reason, in some governments regulations, here are some restrictions about the gem and precious stones adopted, that is kept under the laws to control. So that will just to influence the price of the gems and the precious stones. Sometimes that is because the international relationship among several countries. Here are wars, or here are some contract combination with some affairs or some relationship negotiation, so that will all influence the price and the value of the gem and precious stone. And another one thing is because the market's adjusting. The market's adjustment will adjust to amend the appropriate price in the whole market's gems and precious stone. So actually, in the gem and precious stones world, that is very, very colorful, marvelous, spectacular, outstanding, extraordinary. So after today's topic, I just want to share something with you that every gem, every precious stone you have obtained is absolutely unique in the whole world because of its composition. It is not possible the two exactly the same stone in the world. So every gem and precious stone is all unique, and the precious stone and gem is become more and more expensive and fewer. So if you have a very absolutely excellent jewelry set, you have to cherish it, because after maybe decades, that will become more and more precious or expensive, because the gem and precious stone is different from other stones. Okay, it is today that I want to share with you all. Hope you can remember that. Cherish and protect all your gem and precious stone, because it is not easy to get, and it is very, very rare, and that is all under the reality, and it is very scarcely to get. Okay, this is today's episode. Thank you for your watching. Hope today I can give you some another different thoughts that about the precious stone and gem. Thank you for your watching. See you next time. Bye bye.